Hey everyone, happy Monday, November 24th. I'm Endrit Sella, and this is Capital Markets Quickie. Let's jump into what's driving the week ahead. Quick note before we dive in. Today's episode is brought to you by AMF Capital Asset Management Frankfurt. Learn more about our funds and strategies at amf-capital.de. Now, even with the Thanksgiving break coming up, there's still plenty happening across markets. Stocks and bonds are closed on Thursday, of course, but we still get a solid wave of economic data and a pretty packed earnings calendar. So let's walk through what's coming. First off, the big one. The retail sales report for September is finally arriving after being delayed by the government shutdown. And honestly, the timing could not be more dramatic. This thing is landing right before Black Friday, which is one of the biggest shopping days of the entire year. So, the report might give us a pretty good sense of whether consumers still have momentum heading into the holiday season. We're also getting weekly jobless claims, pending home sales data, durable goods orders, and a fresh consumer confidence reading. Some other reports that were originally planned for this week are still being pushed back while the government catches up on all the stuff that was delayed during the shutdown. And just a quick heads up on trading hours. Thursday is fully closed in the United States, and on Friday the stock market shuts down at 1 p.m. Eastern, while bond markets close at 2 p.m. Now let's look at earnings because even a short week can get busy. Today we hear from Agilent, Zoom, and Symbotic, which is the company helping automate warehouses with artificial intelligence-powered robotics. Then Tuesday really kicks things up. Alibaba, Applied Digital, Autodesk, NetApp, Scalar, all reporting. And Workday is on the calendar too, which is interesting because it's their first update since an activist investor disclosed a stake. Later in the week, we get Dell Technologies and HP. Both companies were just downgraded by analysts who see them struggling with higher component costs. And then Wednesday brings us John Deere, which is always a bit of a window into what's happening in construction and agriculture. So, definitely one to watch. On the macro side, Tuesday's retail sales update is probably the big swing factor, but markets will also pay close attention to the Producer Price Index for September. That's the wholesale level inflation measure, and it usually gives us a hint of what might flow into consumer prices later on. We're also getting private sector reports on pending home sales and consumer confidence for November, and the weekly jobless claims number lands Wednesday. That one could matter more than usual after last week's hiring surge. And lastly, a bunch of data is getting pushed further down the road, including the first estimate of third quarter GDP, the October PCE price index, and the advanced readings on October trade balance and inventories. The delays are not ideal for the Federal Reserve, especially with their next rate decision coming up on December 10th. So we may see a bit more uncertainty in market expectations as the data calendar shifts around. Alright, that wraps up today's Capital Markets Quickie. Join me again tomorrow morning for more market updates. See you then.